Happy Tuesday. How is everyone? Good. Well, glad you're here. Thank you for coming and getting all the information and updates and being part of everything going on in the community. So, always lots of fun stuff, always lots of updates, and just wanted to make sure we first start by silencing your cell phone or anything you have on you that might make any noise. That way everyone can hear all of the updates. So do that for us. Do we have any resident announcements? Miss Annette, you have an announcement? Absolutely.
Talk back on. Tuesday, June 2nd.
Turn this off.
Home. Window navigation.
Sorry.
It's okay. Gotta love technology.
Turned it down.
That's all right. Yeah, I think you turned it up.
I don't know how.
No
Good
worries.
morning.
Good morning.
Annette Pierce, President of the Regis 3 Oaks Scholarship Fund, and I just have heartfelt thanks for all of you who have made so many generous donations this year. You know that we're having our scholarship award ceremony a week from Saturday, June 13th, and we are going to award scholarships to 41 of our associates and a total of $172,500. As Lindsay said last time, it is a way of attracting and retaining good employees, and that is really important to our community. And you know also that we're a non-tipping community, and so I just want to mention that between our scholarship fund and the employee gift fund, you are just so generous and wonderful. So throughout the year, they give their awards in December, we give them in June, but it is wonderful. We're a caring community, so thank you for everything.
Thank you. Fantastic job. Thank you everyone who contributed to that beautiful number. We appreciate it. The staff always appreciates it. And we're just very blessed. So thank you all. Any other resident updates or announcements? Oh yes, Ms. Rosa.
You didn't forget, did
I
you?
did not.
She's not old enough to forget.
Oh no.
Anyway, I'm Rosa Heckman, and I have about 3,000 little teddy bears to be stuffed. If anybody can help me after this meeting in the Arts and Craft Room, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, 3,000? All right, you all have a task after this. I think you got quite a few bears to stuff. Any other announcements? Yes, Miss Andrea.
Help stuffing them.
I just want to remind everybody that the RO Players are performing on Thursday afternoon at 1:30, and they're doing one of the things you all really like, which are old TV skits. And it should be really a lot of fun. So stop by 1:30 Thursday here to see the RO Players play.
Any other resident announcements? Chris, did you say you have something? I thought I saw your hand. Margaret, anything you have? You're good? All right. Anyone else? Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you, ma'am. IT makes us have these on our computer where they shut down on us after not using them for so long. Security. So anyhow, our very first and favorite update, please make sure you are returning these items to the service areas. Our luggage carts, wheelchairs, and other carts are there for everyone's use. So please just be respectful for your neighbors and get those returned to those service areas. Thank you in advance on that. Just another weekly reminder, please remember to wear your name tags. We have a lot of new residents and current residents, so have those on you. It is very helpful for everyone here, including our new move-ins. The annual shred bins are still here. They are placed in both lobbies, so if you do need to put your tax documents and anything else in there, once they are filled, we will be having them removed. So they are currently still here, and we will let you know when they are taken away, but they are currently still on premises for your use. Just another reminder, we are encouraging our residents to work out and use our fitness center. We have a brand new, beautiful fitness center that many of the other communities are very jealous of and would love to have. So please make sure we're using that. The therapy gym in the south does have equipment in there, but that is for residents that is on outpatient therapy. So we want to make sure that if you are just working out, you need to use our actual fitness center. And it is open 24 hours. And we have Barbara in there that can help you with anything that you need. A little update from Amy. She wanted to remind you that residents typically get about 7 towels. If you'd like more, you can let her know, but if you use less, please also let her know. That way they can make sure you have all the towels you absolutely need for your use. She also wants you to know we are actually, I'm working with her, we are working on the guest suites and working on a lot of the beds, so that has been something that's been on our agenda. Obviously with more pressing projects, that was placed on the back burner, but we are addressing those now. So more to come on that, but we are working on those.
Are we gonna continue with the queen bed and not a king bed?
I don't know, we're working on that. We're looking at each square footage in each space,
Well,
so.
I think of a king bed.
Okay, I know she mentioned a couple queens and a couple kings, but like I said, still lots to discuss on that. So don't want to say anything until it's finalized. So, but we are working on the guest
We
suites.
should have twins and one of a king and the other.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. We'll look at that. So as far as plant operations, we have about 163 completed work orders last week. About 49 still remain open. They did complete an annual fire pump inspection. They completed roof repair for the north building. They replaced one new AC on a new unit turnover. They started a new unit turnover renovation in the healthcare center skilled nursing unit. We do have a schedule to starting the HVAC AC replacements. We're going to start on the 8th. We've got all of those in, so we'll be coming by and replacing all of those filters in all of the units. We are completing one IL unit turnover renovation. We did install a new eye wash station in Town Hall in the south 5th floor. We are beginning the landscaping repairs this week, starting on South A Wing. We do have scheduled for final inspection of the emergency power and the elevators that we have been working on. That will be on the 9th, so we'll have additional communication on that. We're going to do one final inspection on each elevator that we've been working on. So each elevator will be down for about an hour while we finalize those, and of course we will stagger them and communicate. So more to come on that. We did clean kitchen hoods in all the kitchens. We are working on the cooling tower replacement in the north. We are going to be doing that in November. If we do it now, there's a possibility the ACs go down, and we don't want that in the hottest months of the year. So we will be doing that later on in November, but we'll be addressing our cooling towers, which keeps all of our ACs running. They are working on the fire pit. We know there's some repairs, so those are scheduled for the end of the week. But we were having issues with replacing new ACs, and the new ACs were still breaking. So we did replace our AC provider that we were purchasing from. So they were absolutely brand new, and we were still having issues with some of them. And you shouldn't really have issues with brand new equipment. So we did go ahead and change that provider as well, in hopes that we do not have those continued issues. Just a little from Blue Team, they are still around. Like I mentioned, we are beginning the landscaping this week. We are still working on that EFS banding around the perimeters of the community. And we are still working on finalizing the chairs and items for the dining rooms. and those final choices with our architect. And then our sales and marketing center will be starting about the 3rd week of June, and that typically takes about 2 weeks, as we've mentioned before. So still a couple of things we are working on with Blue Team, but almost done there. So hurricane season has officially begun, so we go ahead and start those conversations and that planning. If there's any help you need with getting ready, IHS can help you. Remember, Plant Ops does offer to purchase items and have them placed for you, so we also have that in place, but IHS can help you with any of that preparation as well. So if there's any additional help you need, please let us know at extension 502 or 503, and we can get you that help. So we have our June wellness calendars were distributed to the boxes last night. So it looks like Betsy's already doing a really great job of having lots of items on there. It looks much more busy than the previous one. So thank you for that, and welcome all of the new addition and new information. So you will see that those were distributed to you, so you know what's going on in our wellness center each day. Just another reminder, I know we mentioned this last week, the Cognitive Wellness and Alzheimer's Awareness. Join us for our next Discovery series. This is by our therapy team, Health Pro Heritage. It will be in the Grand Lobby South, and it is on June 8th at 2:30, and our presenter is Diana. She is the director of our therapy department. So super important information. Please make sure that you attend. It's always very helpful info. So I don't know of any COVID updates at the moment. We're not having a whole lot of outbreaks and illnesses. That's usually the case around the summertime. No, or at least no specific trends, but if there are, we will make sure that we communicate those and get that information out. So of course, as always, food and beverage is working on lots of fun stuff. So there's Chef Table, the new cycle starts June 10th, and it will be featuring seared diver scallops. The Wine Club is June 9th, smoked beef brisket. Beer Club June 16th with pork belly. Father's Day meal will be that Sunday, the 21st. We will have the holiday hours, so we'll make sure to get that communicated. Pasta night will be the 25th, eggplant lasagna, sausage and peppers. And our food and wine is on the 30th, and it'll be a 21-day aged strip loin. And then we are going to start doing a pub sidebar starting next week on the 8th. So Ricky and the team will get more information out on all of that. So a little about activities this week. Hopefully I got my dates right. Wednesday, the June 3rd, I will have Avon at 11:30 a.m. South Lobby area. Again, Wednesday, June 3rd, RO Dance Night at 7:30 Grand Lobby South. Thursday, June 4th, the RO Players Performance at 1:30 in Town Hall. Friday, June 5th, Vocal Chords, 12:45 in Town Hall. Saturday, June 6th, we have Louis Bravo Entertainment at 7:30. And just thank you again for all that volunteered their time and energy for a very successful clothing swap. I was sad that I missed that, but that's always one of my favorite events. So thanks for everyone who participated and helped out with that. Sounds like it was a really, really great success. So a little from sales updates. Erin is actually out on vacation this week. She will return next week, but we are hosting our first Signature Club event this month in June. And our next interest generating event will be over hurricane season forecasting. And that is for our potential depositors and residents that are interested in our community. That is a marketing event, and that is the 18th at 10:30. Again, that's a lot of really important information we like to share with residents that are interested in our community to let them know everything we do to make your life easier during a disaster. So that's a marketing event, but we'll get that information out to the community as well. A little bit of HR stats. We've got about 300 in total employees at the moment, about 188 full-time, about 140 40 part-time. Annualized turnover is about 36%, which is a fantastic number. That's one of the highest in our portfolio. The LCS benchmark is about 42%, so we're actually below that. So what that means is that we're hiring employees and we're keeping them on board. We're not turning them over. So that is a really, really good number in comparison to the benchmark and the other communities. So we are happy about that. We do have a little bit more open positions than we normally would around this time of year. Summer gets to be a little hectic and different, but we are working on some different strategies for staffing and recruitment and fulfilling some of those positions that we still need. Our biggest challenge still continues to be skilled nursing with nurses and CNAs. So that's something that we are still working on. It doesn't completely affect you, particularly in this room, but it is still part of my job because I'm ultimately responsible for the whole campus. So that is also something that we are focused and working on as well. So on that topic, I know there's been a little bit of talk. I've met with the RoRo board and we've discussed some concerns about staffing. We've been about 95% occupied for about 8 months now. And we've got lots of exciting stuff going on in the community. And there's a lot of different strategies that we've implemented in departments to kind of address any questions about adding extra hours, adding extra staff. The answer is yes, we plan to, yes we are, but there's a lot more that just goes into that piece. So we've sat down as a team and we really just wanted to kind of communicate some of that. I am an operator, that's my job, so I am hey, what's the issues, what's the strategies, and how do we fix it, and that's exactly what my team and I do. So a little bit of information, very high level. I won't get you into the minutiae or the details of every minute of my role, but there's lots of things that do occur that we can kind of go over at a high level. Maintenance, we don't have a hole. We are still managing our work orders. We're looking at that productivity and those work orders weekly and meeting with the team about those. We did actually add an extra FTE in maintenance as well as additional hours over this past year. That way we can make sure that we can address that. We also have a lot of contracted third-party work that we're able to utilize in maintenance. So if we do need extra help painting or we do need hanging pictures for new move-ins, we can hand that to CDS, and that's something they can help us with, as well as liability, because we don't want our team dropping your TVs. We can blame that on CDS. Just kidding. So those are some of the strategies we are working on in maintenance. In dining, I'm actually meeting with them again. We are evaluating meal times and service structures for opportunity to expand and enhance. So whether that means opening additional venues, whether that means extending meal times, extending brunch, we are looking at what that looks like and how we can make that happen. There are lots of factors. Like for one, we have many minors that we've hired, and by law, they can only work a certain amount of hours. So there's just some of those things, again, not to get you into the weeds of everyday operations, but when you ask why can't something be done, there's usually a really good reason. We are sitting down and addressing a lot of that as well. So looking for additional ways we can make things a little smoother there. So reservation system, meal times, that whole process. So again, sitting down with Sherry, HR, and Ricky and the team today again, not the first time, but to kind of get some strategies in place to where we can address some of that feedback. We are readdressing productivity and expectations across the board. I do get, feedback. Oh, I saw them on break. I saw them hanging out by the garden. So we are making sure that we address that. We do have lots of team members. It's summertime. Some are home from college. Some want extra hours. So we have many team members on board that we're able to give extra hours to. So we are also doing that. We've got about 100 part-time and PRN, which means pro rata, which means as needed. So that's what PRN means, that we are plugging into the needs of the community. So we are addressing that, we have been addressing that, and we will continue. We are reviewing this weekly an analytics meeting with our entire team so we can continue keeping our pulse on any needs. We are working on flex scheduling and extending hours, and we are continuing aggressive recruitment because some positions we still don't have filled at all. So there's multifaceted solutions and strategies to a lot of this, and we are working on it and making sure that you have everything you need at all times. Transportation, I do know that transportation has gotten really strained recently. We did unfortunately have an employee that had to go out on emergency medical leave due to a death in the family. That's been one of our biggest challenges in transportation. So if we were already having a little bit of concerns, that of course highlighted lots and lots of strain on that department. So we are working through that. We are expected to kind of be back at full staff. We are adding more drivers and hours, and we are working on scheduling and details with the department. We did identify that the busiest times are from 8 to 11, and we have a Publix trip that usually is around that time. So we are looking at that as well, so we can make sure that we can ensure that transportation during our busiest times is for probably a more prioritized need. Not that Publix is not important. But again, these are multifaceted things that we're looking into for strategies when we are kind of troubleshooting each department. We did contact over 100 of our employees for additional opportunities to add hours and drivers. We are tracking denials and addressing what those look like. And again, we are revisiting expectations with our sales team and our new move-ins. What can we do? What can't we do? What are our transportation parameters? Because that's an important piece as well. In environmental, we actually did add additional housekeeping hours. We are reviewing current assignments for productivity and caseload. Some staff, as we kind of completed a deeper dive, some staff of our employees have, say there's 8, every employee has about 8 apartments that they clean, but one employee has 6 large 2-bedrooms and 2 1-bedrooms. So the size and the structure of their assignment is something we are also looking at. Obviously, cleaning a very large 2-bedroom versus a small Hamilton, which is our small 1-bedroom, is a very different caseload. So more to come on that. Heads up, that might mean some restructuring and assignment. So I understand, but we do need to make sure we are ensuring that we don't have specific team members having significantly higher workload than others. So again, that is something we are digging into as well as adding additional. We are working with cross coverage with healthcare and independent living because we do have housekeepers over there as well that we can always have assist us and vice versa. And as we mentioned, we did contact, we've got a bunch of current employees on our roster that are wanting hours, so we are, of course, adding them where they need to be. So again, just really a high level of all the things that we are doing as leadership, as it's been brought up about transportation. We do know we did losing a full-time driver unexpectedly is huge, and that did put us in quite a pickle, but we are making sure that we clean that up and address that. So we are sorry for any frustration or any missed transportation that you had, and we are working to fix it for you, because it's never my intention to disappoint you. So it's always my goal to make you as happy as you can be, and that Regency was the best choice you ever made. So we are working on it, and we'll make sure that we can get you some answers and improvement. As far as updates, of course, as we mentioned, we are working on the north and south dining rooms. I submitted all those approvals yesterday to Blue Team and Pie Architectures. The carpet is still being sewn by hand, apparently. And we are, of course, working on the chair details. We discussed the EFS banding is in progress. We are recruiting for Betsy's replacement. We have some final interviews, and the Railroad Board is actually interviewing someone today as a final candidate. So, of course, it's very important that we have the board's feedback and collaboration, so that will be the final decision if that candidate gets the position. So more to come on that. That's today at 3, right, Margaret? As I mentioned, the June 9th elevator inspection testing, we're just going to be taking down those elevators for about an hour each. These are just in the north building, just the elevators that we have been working on for these projects, just to do one final test and inspection. That way they can sign off on them, make sure we're working out all of the kinks, and be done with those. So we'll communicate kind of what time and when of each elevator closer to that date. I know I mentioned we are beginning the AC filter changes. I saw those arrive, so we'll be getting all of those changed. We are, of course, working on the design for the sales office. That is going to start this month. Did want to just remind again, I know I mentioned this last week, but Sarah is now a notary, so if you need more than one, we have Betsy and Sarah as a notary services. And then we will be doing the emergency preparedness presentation in place of Tuesday Talk on June 30th. So it is that last Tuesday in June, and we will be going over that. Many of you residents that have been here many years, you've heard it before, but we will go over our plan in the event of hurricanes, fires, and all that fun stuff. Mainly hurricanes, because we are in hurricane season. So I was listening to the news, we have about 14 named storms, so I'll have a little bit more additional information on that topic, and we'll just communicate our plan like we do every year. So with that, I can try to answer or take any questions. Yes, Ms. Beth.
In terms of transportation, I wonder when you're looking at the big picture, if you could consider looking at when it terminates, when you no longer can be picked up, because the reason the emphasis is on morning is because people are afraid to make an afternoon
Correct.
appointment, because the doctor's offices don't really care.
Sure.
So it can,
Yes,
it
so
bumps up against that, and that would
absolutely.
be wonderful.
Absolutely. So like I mentioned, we are looking at doing flexible hours and extending and expanding. So I don't want to concretely say what those are yet, as we still work through that. There's lots of moving parts. We are dealing with humans and their schedules and everything else. So lots of moving pieces, but yes, the answer is yes, we will be looking at that. Absolutely. Any other questions? Yes, Miss Johanna.
I want to say, yes, it's true. I am going to be relocating from Regency Oaks to Columbus, Ohio, and this is going to take place in November. I'm approaching my 93rd birthday, and it's time to get some help from the family for all the little things that I can't remember to do and all of those things.
I don't think you forget anything, Johanna.
It's getting there, and I want to be proactive about taking care of myself. But
Of course.
I have been living here for 17 years. I have loved every minute of it. You all are great. I'm trying to find some replacements for some of the things I do, but everybody says, well, what about the Oaks? Well, I was a magazine editor for 30 years, and all of my customers were long distance. So I can still do it.
Okay.
But I'll probably need help from people here, and I won't be able to attend all of the things to know exactly what's happening, but we can still do it, and there may be somebody here who wants to step up and take over eventually too. But I love you all, and it's a hard decision.
I can imagine, Johanna. You're going to be a huge loss to our community. I also would like to ask, what about the Oaks? So we will have to figure that out. I haven't crossed that bridge yet.
I think I'm going to an LCS community.
Are you? Okay, well, let's see. So, well, again, thank you, but you definitely will be a huge loss to our community. You've been an asset, as I know I told you in my email, and you're so important to everything you do with us. You will be missed. So, any other questions? Yes, Miss Candy.
Yes. filter changes, I thought I remembered that in the past, when the filters were changed, they would come in and put some drops in the drip pan. And I don't know if that's happening, I guess that's a Darwin question,
I can
but,
follow up with her.
okay, thank you.
Or some of them have the little funnel to pour stuff down.
Yeah, whatever needs to be
That should
done.
every 3 months.
Okay, yeah, follow up with Darwin on that, absolutely. Any other questions? Okay, well, have a happy Tuesday, still enjoy the weather, it's not too hot just yet, so please make sure you come to all food and beverage events too, lots of great stuff. Thank you all, appreciate